Hello, beautiful people. I believe that we are live. Man, I'll just give this a couple of seconds because technology is never my friend. Many of you guys may have just tapped into my Instagram live last night where I'm like, oh yeah, my friends think I'm the technology person. And it's like, oh no. So I'll just give you a couple of minutes because I know folk will probably have expected me at 7 and it's 7:05. This is very un-English fashion to be arriving so late. Just can have a drink, you know. Good stuff. Anyway, welcome. We got a live session today. Pretty excited to be hanging out. Basically, we are here today to celebrate reaching 50k. Yeah, man, massive deal. And I'm pretty excited to sort of dive into the history of Wild and all that. Feeling a little vulnerable still. I'm just experimenting with life without the hat. Well, actually, no, that's a lie. I'm experimenting with life without the hat in Wild. When I'm not Abbey from Wild, quite often I don't have my hat on. Move this back a bit. Do you get more green? Green's nice. Everybody likes green. That's not green. Go away. Take a deep breath. Why is it when you go in to do something that is important, like a live session, something that has a deadline, you then find yourself with technology going, oh, we've logged you out and you need a code and yada yada. And I'm like, oh. I think it's possibly something to do with this whole new phone thing, but technology is whatever, technology. Anyway, I just got back from a cycle and it's been a beautiful day here today in the southwest of the UK on the edge of Exmoor. Where are you guys tuning in from? It'd be super cool to see here. See here, can't see, but I can hear. Oh my gosh, this is going well, isn't it? To hear where you guys are tuning in from, and let me know how you're doing from the Hebrides. Man, that's kind of cool. Top of the mountain, North Wales. Someone's got sunshine there. Heather's got sunshine. We like it. The beginning of these live sessions are always a bit of like la la la, just waiting because people get notified, and then it's like I can see the numbers. Can you guys see the numbers? But then I get to see people join, and then once everybody is here, it's a good chance to crack on. And I just waffle onwards. I really should just maybe just next time I'll bring a waffle and I'll just dangle it here in front of the screen and you guys can just watch the waffle because it's probably more productive than the stuff that comes out of my mouth. Anyway, what's the waffle? So yes, we're here today to talk about reaching 50k, which I mentioned yesterday in a little Instagram live is a really big deal. I'm actually going to shoot a video talking more about the thoughts and feelings I have around that. I mentioned again sort of the reality versus expectations. No, expectations versus reality. That's weird, isn't it? Of what it's like being on YouTube and having these numbers sort of rule your life. Some of you guys might have seen Paul Messner's recent video, Legend of a Guy. And not gonna lie, I think we're in sort of similar boat situation here. But we're going to keep this session upbeat so that can stay for another video. Boom, boom, boom. Have a sip of tea. I have to use this mug because my dad tells me I stole the other mug and it's not true. I didn't steal the mug. I steal waffles, but not the mug. Anywho, right. I have a list of things because I'm organized, because I logged in. So I wanted to, first of all, before I jump into the story of why, I'll just talk about a few things that are coming up so that whilst you're listening to me waffle, hopefully whilst eating waffles or thinking about waffles or ordering waffles or something to do with waffles, because waffles are great. I love waffles. I love waffles. Waffles. Maybe waffles should be my trail name. What? Don't do that. Please don't do that. Now all I can think about is waffles. So whilst I'm waffling on in a minute, whilst I'm waffling on now, I thought that I would talk about, gosh, this is terrible, isn't it? Some of the things that are going on here at Wild. I mentioned, no, let's just not talk about what I've mentioned. I'm on back-to-back expeditions at the moment. I'm heading off tomorrow for my next shoot. When I say expeditions, essentially I'm going out and I'm creating content. I'm on expeditions. I'm traveling outside of the UK very often. I'm not really here in the UK, which is why it's nice to be in the UK for a short while, and hence why I'm able to do this live session. I spent a fair bit of time up in the Lake District this year, a wee bit of time in North Wales. I've been to Scotland. Some of you guys, I've walked the West Highland Way. Big reveal. So I put a post up a couple of days ago. I don't remember when because it sort of all goes out automatically once I schedule it. So I'm not just on social media all the time. Also, waffle appreciation, people. Thank you. The big reveal where I was hiking in paradise was actually... Actually, no, wait. Okay, I'm gonna make you guess because I like interaction and it makes me feel less lonely. So I put a post out on social media a couple of days ago. It's probably the most recent. If you have a quick look whilst I'm waffling on, I really just find another phrase is terrible. Um, I'd love to have some suggestions on the side as to where you think I was hiking. So have a quick look on my Facebook, on my Instagram, and we're gonna circle back around because that's the shape of a waffle to the place that I was where I was hiking. So there we go. I'll come back to that. But I'm heading off for my next shoot tomorrow. I'm not just going to disclose where that is. You'll find out when I'm back because I'm alive and I made it. Only a few. This is possibly going to be one of the most dangerous hikes I've done so far. Let's just say, what can I say? I can't say. I'm not going to say. Stay tuned for more information, guys. So yeah, heading off for the next hike. I'm on back-to-backs, but in between, I'm trying to sort of keep the stuff ticking in the background. Essentially, running some wild walks. Finally, they're back up because I'm actually going to be here. So on the 6th and the 7th of August, that is coming up, I'm running 2 wild walks back to back. You can do one or you can do both on the Southwest Coaster Path. They are beautiful walks. I've chosen them for a reason. The first one is by far one of my favorite walks on the whole Southwest Coaster Path. And yet I have walked it all. And essentially it's a circular. It's 13 miles. So it's slightly longer for some people. We'll start at Worthmatravers and we're going to cut across to Swanage. That's a really nice walk sort of along the Priest's Way. That's the one. A really ancient footpath, actually. Swanage, depending on how energetic people are feeling, we might whip back up to Old Harry's Rocks, which again is just one of the most spectacular geological sites that you can see on the Southwest Coast Path with the pillars and sort of the chalky landscape and all that jazz. Might be limestone. And a geologist just help me out here. Anyway, then we're going to loop round to the south. We're going to walk along the coaster path. It's quite up and downy. We've got Dancing Ledge and just some really nice little coves there. And then the highlight of it all is Chapman's Pool, which is a stunning cove, and you can walk up the path. You've got what some of us call a stairway to heaven and hell because you go down and then back up. Big stairs, let's just say. And then you sort of loop back around to Worthmatravers and we'll end at the pub and all have some chips together because I like chips. So that's actually, I love that walk. And currently there's a few spaces left on that one. So if you'd like to join on the Saturday, that'd be grand. And then the Sunday, if you want to double up and make it worth the travelling all the way down to the edge of the UK, we're walking a very classic route from Ringstead, so the National Trust car park, essentially along the coast to Door, and then we'll loop back around. So it's a 10-mile day. The wild walks, they're about so much more than just getting a walk in. They're about the community. They're about the landscapes. They're about learning. So for me as a leader, I inspire or aspire to engage and educate along the way. And just basically all we want to do is have a fucking good time. So if that's something that you're interested in and you'd like to sort of get yourself out, let me just send you on the side the booking shenanigans just in case, because I want to be practical, and the way I work in my life is if I don't do things on the spot, things don't get done. So that's that. And then the other thing, if you want to sort of up your game a little bit more, we still have some spaces, just a few left on our 3 Peaks challenge. Yes, I said 3 Peaks challenge. That's the national 3 Peaks challenge. So that is Ben Nevis, Skyfield Pike and Snowdon. Hello pigeon, we are doing that on the 15th and 16th of September, I believe it is. Essentially, obviously, it's a 24-hour challenge. We're aiming to do all 3 peaks in 24 hours. There's still a few spaces left on that. And if that's something you'd like to just jump in and join, then please feel free to book your place today. We've worked really, really hard to keep the price down. It's actually cheaper than you'll find from most companies running the National 3 Peaks Challenge. This potentially is just going to be a one-off for Wild. So if you'd like to get stuck in with that community and all the good vibes, then now's the chance. So yeah, that's just some stuff there. And the reason why I share that, yes, it's obviously helpful when people book on for me, but it's much more about, I'm running this as an opportunity to present an opportunity for you guys to get your feet on the ground. Wild can very often seem like a very online platform, and it is. But the other half of it is these community events. It's the walks. It's the talks. It's all sorts of other things. And hopefully there's something that you can get stuck in with. And if not, August, then we've got September pass. I don't know what I'm doing in September yet with regards to wild walks because I don't know where I'm going to be. And then October, we are going to be running our first beginner mountain navigation course. That is not going to be led by me. Hopefully I'll be popping my head in. And I'm really, really excited about this. Those who are within our Patreon community will find out more, because I'm just going to put a wee post out if I'm really organized after this, if I'm really badly organized when I get back from my trip in a week's time or 2 weeks' time. So stay tuned for that. Basically, those who are part of our Patreon community, which essentially is a paid platform where you get sort of extra stuff, will get notified of that early in order to get early booking, because it's going to be quite a small group, obviously in a learning environment with the instructor and with the what's the word? The learners. You and I, essentially, we're all learners. Learner mindset, good to cultivate. Then it needs to be a nice ratio. So it's not going to be as big as the wild walks are. But yeah, that's news. Bish bash bosh. Where's my list? I lost my list. Help, list. I need a list to keep track of the lists. Wild walks. Dun, 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 dun. Free peaks. Dun, 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 dun. The other thing as well is I just wanted to sort of basically let you know, I know there's a lot of new people tapping in off the back of Abbey Bikes Britain. If you don't know what Abbey Bikes Britain is, what are you even doing here? No, I joke. But it's really weird actually. Like I've been going out for a few cycles, not as many as I'd like recently. I have to admit, I really like cycling. But cycling along, and it's like, the hay bales are out in the fields, and then it's like, oh my gosh, like this time last year, Anna and I were like climbing on those hay bales, just like messing around in between shooting the trailer for Abbey Bikes Britain. And it's like, that's a whole freaking year ago, people. Whole year ago. Students, thank you, Tony. That's a whole year ago. It's madness. So a year ago, Anna and I were in the madness that was preparation for Abbey Bikes Britain. She's just got back from a cycle now, actually. And it's just crazy how quickly time flies. And so in a short while, when I finish waffling about the waffly things, I'm going to talk about the journey with Wilds. But I'd love for you guys, if you have any questions sort of about sort of fitness and training, or about getting out, you need some motivation, or anything in general, any questions you have, where's my hat, for example, it's on the table, don't need to ask that one, then I'm very happy to answer those. Please put them in capital letters and shout at me, because otherwise I will miss your comment. And now I'm going to zone in, because when I look at this section, which is you guys talking, I lose track of everything. And I have that. You see this like scrolling conversation thing here that you guys are all having? I don't know, all like however many of you guys there are here right now. Like that is basically what goes on in my mind every day. I'm on this like live chat with all the multiple versions of myself. And it's just like, some of them are just talk about the stupidest things. It's like, will you please just be quiet? I have an article to write. I have quietness to pursue. Stop talking. Anyway, you guys can talk ahead. Shout to me. I'd love it. Thank you. Right. So something that surprises a lot of people, again, because generally sort of the main interaction that folk have with me is through YouTube, is that I do speaking gigs. I go and talk at festivals and events at schools and colleges. I haven't done so much since COVID, but I'm picking it back up, and it's really cool. I'm really enjoying it. And for, if after the school holidays, you guys, I don't even know when they end. Have they even started? Every day's a holiday. No, if you have a workplace or a scout group or anything, anywhere in the country, even international, I do international stuff through Zoom and Skype and all that jazz, where you'd like me to come and give a talk to tell the story of Wild, sort of a bit about my mental health journey, or if there's a specific expedition that you think is relevant to something that you're kids or your adults or whoever you're working with are preparing for, then please hit me up. If you drop me an email to admin@spendmoretimeinthewild.co.uk and breathe, then I will respond to that when I'm back from my trip. So yeah, there you go. So the reason why I'm telling you that, why am I telling you that, is because the screen is scrolling in my head and I don't know what I was saying. Because that was it. Because very often, hi Rabbit, because I talk about the story of Wild, and I'm going to do that now, but I'm going to sort of really strip it right back. I'm never ever going to make a film where I talk about the story of Wild in as much detail as I do with the talks, because the whole point, when people book you in for a person-to-person interaction, you want to be giving them something different that they can't just get online. So if I just keep it really simple, I started filming when I was 13. I believe it was. My dad got me a Sony Handycam, proper like CD-ROM thing. I can still hear it whizzing in my head. Oh no, that's just my head. And I started going out filming wildlife, and I did that because essentially I was struggling a lot with bullying at school, and I found home a little bit difficult, just not feeling settled in any particular region in my life. And wildlife and nature was definitely my sanctuary. It was my happy place. And I was very passionate about wanting to become a wildlife filmmaker. And so the best thing I could do to learn was, yes, to read, but also to get outside and interact with the nature around me. So I started to very, very quickly build my knowledge base about bird songs, about the different mammals and the way they interact, about sort of the whole circle of life. It's a circle of life. Let's not do that again. About sort of the weather patterns and all sorts of different things. I'd filmed foxes, so from cubs right the way through to becoming adults. I filmed deer from fawn to adults. I'd filmed the badgers. Oh my gosh, badgers are so cute. The rabbits. I really built a very personal relationship with the landscape around my family home. And it was very special to me. And very, very quickly, it became apparent that nature was important to me. I didn't have the language at this point to understand that it was beneficial for my mental health, but it was in hindsight. So basically, long story short, I ended up getting a book, which I think was from my granddad, called Running Wild. No, it's not about barefoot running. It was a Michael Morpurgo book, so a children's book. And essentially, the story, to summarize super quickly, was about the Boxing Day tsunami. Quite harrowing in the fact that this young boy gets separated from his mum. And I have not read this since, by the way. This is just ingrained in my DNA now. And basically, he ends up washed away in the rainforest, living with 2 baby orangutans, which he adopts and looks after, and they eat figs, and it's all like happy days in the jungle. And the next thing he knows, he stumbles upon a palm oil plantation. And then the book sort of educates the reader about the issues of palm oil. Now, just to dive in real quick, for those of you guys who are unfamiliar with the term palm oil is it's a vegetable oil, just like coconut oil or rapeseed oil, or what's the obvious one? Olive oil. There we go. And the palm trees originate from Western Africa. That's sort of where they're originally grown. But the issue is now that this crop is being grown in monoculture. So it's single plant, one plant only, one plant. Just like you see a field of barley or corn or something. Massive amounts of these palm oil trees or palm trees for the kernels, which are harvested to create the oil, and you've got palm fat and all sorts of other products they can create out of it. The real issue with it is that it's rephrase this. The situation that's going on is because it's a very high yielding crop. What that means is it's desirable for farmers because they can make more money. It can be sold cheaply, and the whole system is just much more like bish bash bosh. So it's very political. I didn't talk like this when I went to the European Parliament. That's coming later. But anyway, essentially, it's contributing to sort of slash and burn the rainforest, removal of indigenous people, and all sorts of bad things. And this book educated on that. I'm trying to keep this really simple. And I learned about it, and I was like, I'm not okay with this. I don't have orangutans in the field by my home, but the foxes are like orangutans, but different. And so I felt personally attacked by this issue, and I had to speak up about it. So what did I do? For the first time, I turned the camera away from the animals and onto myself. I am an animal, but we'll come back to that later. And I started to talk about the issue. I talked about how I felt about learning what the issues were with the unsustainable production of palm oil. I talked about how unjust I felt that it was in products, and we couldn't identify it in order to make a decision whether or not we wanted to buy that product. Palm oil can still be found in over 50% of food and cosmetic products in our home environments. It's often under very long names, particularly in cosmetics. If you're interested in a long list, it's worth just Googling it, other names for palm oil. But I ended up entering that rant, arguably is what it was. No, it wasn't. It was educational. Into a young person's competition, film competition. And off the back of that, I won. I was whizzed across by the Eurostar, because it was in partnership with Eurostar, to the Brussels European Parliament. And I spoke in front of MEPs about the issue and my belief that labelling food products in particular, with not just vegetable oil, but vegetable oils brackets, whatever the vegetable oil was, would help consumers make an informed decision as to whether or not they want to buy that product. A couple of years later, it was the law was passed. You will now see in Europe, it can't just say vegetable oil; it has to say vegetable oil and then what oil it is, and that is partly due to that conversation that we sparked. I set up World Orangutan Day, which is now not in my hands. Somebody else is running that, or an organization is running that. But myself and a mate, we initiated that. And then I started talking about other issues such as marine debris, and that's where I won the film competition that allowed me to be awarded by Sir David Attenborough. Then I sort of finished my A-levels, and a couple of weeks later, I found myself on top of Kilimanjaro. Oh my gosh, that's a story. Shooting a film about global climate change and the issues of the melting glaciers, and how that's sort of contributing to loss of endemic wildlife species, the impact on tourism, the impact on the local people, impact on myself, because I didn't know anything at that point. I was very naive. It was my first international traveling trip by myself, and let's just say I made every mistake under the sun, learned a lot, still laugh about it. That's the main thing. So that's sort of a whistle-stop tour, and at that point I sort of got back and I face planted very quickly from my trip on Kilimanjaro, sort of post-expedition slums. But the thing I'm not really talking about here is that during college in particular, I sort of learnt the language of mental health, shall we say. And I came to understand very quickly that I was struggling quite severely. I was bulimic. I was struggling with, actually, just a slight trigger warning. I'm going to mention a few things now that might unsettle some people. Just going to use the words. I'm not going to go into detail. Sorry, I should have said that before I said that word before. Apologies. But essentially, to continue, I was struggling with self-harm, suicidal ideation and attempts, and it was all just a bit messy. I had to see sort of 3 members of staff in order to keep myself safe every day. And then upon leaving college and climbing Kilimanjaro and coming back and then having no understanding of what I was doing with my life, I eventually peeled myself off the floor from those ceiling staring days, as I coined them. I knocked on the door of a local gym and was like, "Sup, can I come work for you?" Like, bearing in mind, like, I remember the last day of college, people said, "Oh, Abbie, what are you going to do if your like filmmaking dream doesn't work out?" I said, "Maybe I'll just become a personal trainer." And everybody in that room laughed, because no one, like, it just wasn't me at that time, or at least I wasn't letting that part of me out, just like most parts of me I wasn't letting out really. So anyway, long story short, after Kilimanjaro, guess what I did? I became a personal trainer. So I became a PT, and I switched to a different gym a little bit later, and I started teaching spinning and boxercise. That's how Anna and I met. If you're interested in that, watch that. Who is Anna? Video that we have on here. Anna is my partner, by the way. Yes, she is. She's somewhere. Don't know where she is. My dog is just staring at me from the balcony. Hi, dog. What I really learned through becoming a personal trainer, first of all, I liked it, but I didn't like it. I wasn't keen for the whole stuck inside thing. And I just thought it was a bit ridiculous. The whole, like, geez, nature is free. Like, why are we inside here? And I just genuinely felt that most people were just working towards a goal that wasn't deep enough, a goal that wasn't fulfilling them enough or inspiring them enough to choose life, if that makes sense. But what I really very quickly became aware of was I was very passionate about nutrition. I was very passionate about physical movement. I was passionate about people, even though I thought I wasn't, because I liked animals. And this whole thing sort of amassed to this full blending and creation of myself, understanding that I wanted to make a difference, not just for people, for the planet, but also for people. And so in 2016, this is all happening at the same time. 2016, I started, I went out to try and walk. Well, basically, I came back to filmmaking and I went to try and walk all of the national trails in the UK. At the time, there were 15 national trails, 2,500 miles, gave myself a year. I managed 3, then face planted. Mental health. Then I became a personal trainer. I was like, I'm never going to do this filming thing again. Became a personal trainer. Bish, bash, bosh. That was all grand. Then I was like, I need to get back to this, because the reason why I turned to film in the first place was because it's a very powerful medium to reach a lot of people. And so, unfortunately, when a calling is a calling, you can't ignore a calling, because it's calling to you. It's calling to you. So I couldn't turn away from it. So I turned back to it. Hello, old friend, and picked up the camera, and I decided I was going to sort of do this production company thing. And that's where some of you guys would be familiar with Song Thrush Productions. I set that up. I sort of started shooting short films for companies and organizations, promotional sort of things. I actually think I'm quite good at those, not going to lie. The short films are good. But Again, it wasn't the calling, and I couldn't ignore the shouting in my head, or my heart, actually, more than anything, that, nah, like, I've got a big picture here. And so I started to talk about my mental health. I started to talk about how getting outside was helping me. I started to step out into some of these expeditions that I felt very cool to do and fulfill. And so Wild was born. And essentially, Wild was born out of the ashes of a burnt down life that wasn't meant to be here, quite frankly. I persevered, I dug in, I believed in the best, and just checking that's good. And yeah, I was vulnerable, and I stepped in wholeheartedly, and I've never really looked back. So COVID hit. No, 2018 essentially is sort of the main year that the WAD began. It was the first year I stepped away from PT stuff, and WAD became my main focus. I was still doing it sort of self-employed. 2019 was the year I went and did the Tour de Mont Blanc, the Bear Away in Ireland, and a few other ones. And that was sort of, the first, like, okay, this is it. This is, I'm on a mission. I'm going to build an archive to share the stories of the landscapes and the cultures and the people that live and work on these lands, and what it is like walking through somewhere, like in this transient experience. But in this very moment, this is what we get, trying to encourage people to be in the moment, to talk about my own journey and personal growth experiences through hiking, because I'm not just doing excuse me everybody, but like a BBC production where they drop you off here and you walk here and then pick you up and drop you off here and so on. Like, I'm doing the entire thing, the emotional experience, and I invite you guys along for the journey. So most films have an alternative title to Walking the Bear Away in Ireland, because I will have learned something, and every story is different, not just because the trail is different, because my personal journey is different. And I try and do it in a almost like illustrative story way that you guys get to be a part of that story. And 2019 was the TMB. 2020, well, we all know what happened in 2020. Yeah, Anna and I met. No, COVID. So that was when I decided, okay, this is the time to pull back from my personal training. So I did. I quit. I said I quit, and I quit just like that, and then ate all the waffles. No, I wasn't even into waffles then. Waffles are quite a new thing. Honeymoon period, Anyway, I quit personal training. I could say this is because I had to, because everywhere was shut. But no, I was in control of my future. No one told me what to do. So I stopped my classes, which actually I find really sad. It crosses my mind every so often, because I didn't get to say goodbye. When you have people who are very loyal to you as an instructor, who come to your classes consistently without fail, to then have COVID force you to not be able to see them or even say thank you or goodbye, and then you don't turn up once they're back open, it doesn't really fit my personality. I'm not really okay with that. Anxious sip of tea. Good stuff. And so 2020, that was where I was like, okay, right, I can't travel to shoot films. It's a bit annoying, but also not. And I definitely had a slight face plant there, like I think everybody did. But one of my greatest skills and abilities, or innate characteristics, I think, is to adapt and overcome. It's okay to fall down. What matters is getting back up. And I definitely fall. There isn't a day that I don't fall. Dealing with chronic pain and mental health, like, it's just really, really annoying. And sometimes you fall because you're sick of falling. But anyway, the thing is, I'm a creative, and I'm passionate about making a difference on a big scale. And so I came up with this idea, 1,000,000 miles for mines, which may be being reborn at some point, just saying. And the goal was essentially throughout lockdown to see people walk, cycle, row, and run 1,000,000 miles. And people could log their miles, and we were doing it for mental health awareness. People were drawing trees and putting them in the pictures, put their pictures in the windows of their house, because I was trying to basically create this forest of hope. And the whole point of it was, when COVID first hit, there was so little talk about the impact on people's mental health. Like, that has come afterwards, far later, in my opinion, than it should have. Like, it's just ridiculous. We're only just getting statistics still. But anyway, so from day one, essentially, I was like, right, well, this is fine. This is happening. But let's talk about how we can look after each other here, people. So by putting a tree in the window, it was understanding, or acknowledging those who are walking past that we see you and we understand that this could have an impact, but we're in this together and this is our forest of hope. So Million Miles for Mines. Also ran a Great Garden Camp Out, which which was essentially inviting people on a few set dates to camp in their garden. Again, quite quickly, sort of other charities and organizations decided to do the same thing. But I can say, and this is not a pride thing, but this is just I'm going to circle back around to this, but like, just because you're alone in doing something doesn't mean it's wrong. And just because someone who does it better doesn't mean you shouldn't do it. So when I ran the Great Garden Camp Out, like, it wasn't massive because I did the best that I could do, and there was like a couple thousand people I think in total that got involved, and a few local newspaper articles. Then you got something like, what is it, they called it the Big Garden Camp Out or something. They run it as a full-on thing and they've got all the money to throw into it, and then it's like tens of thousands of people doing it. But the thing is, it doesn't matter to me because it's like, well, I made an impact. Like, the however many people who sent pictures in and all that jazz and join the Facebook group, like, that's cool, that matters, that's an impact on people's life. And that's sort of something I always want to feed through, is you don't have to do everything 100% perfect or as big as possible in order to make it worthwhile. If you impact just one person through a conversation or something that you do or say or whatever, like, that's cool, that's life affirming, you know. So anyway, Great Garden Camp Out. Then I was homeless. Not, I suppose it is kind of the right phrase. So Anna and I ended up traveling, and that's where we shot all our Alp stuff. We were allowed to travel again. Anna's German, so we went down to sort of the Alps and did cool stuff down there. Black Forest, did the Malaveg, that's all from 2020. Then we found this house where we are now, which is cool. Looks like it's going to rain, doesn't it? It can rain, I don't mind. I need a wash. And then basically 2021, what year is it now? 22. 2021. What happened last year? Oh, Abbey Works Britain. That's what happened last year. So at the beginning of the year, I went and did the Dartmoor Way, which has just come out. Thanks for watching that. If you've seen that, that was last spring. I don't remember exactly when I walked it. And then later in the year was Abbey Works Britain, which is a 2-month expedition cycling 2,000 miles via every national park, hiking to the highest point. There were 15 walks, lots of people involved. Very good stuff. Also, probably should mention, I went to London. I know, the big city. Had to put a shirt on, people. Had to look all smart. Kept my hat on though. Oof. Yeah. So I just got back from the trip, which I haven't revealed where it is yet. I'm going to reveal that any moment now. Dun, dun, dun. And the next day I had to go to London because there was the Park Protector Awards, which I've been shortlisted for, run by Campaign for National Parks, I think it was, which is a charitable organisation. And yeah, I was shortlisted for Park Protector of the Year, which was a real privilege, complete surprise. Didn't expect that at all. And yeah, it was a really, really hot day. No, it was a really, really great experience, and meeting people on the ground, man. You know, like, this is what I used to do, you know, speaking at like Wild Screen, which is a big wildlife filmmaking festival that happens every few years down in Bristol, and Bird Fair, which happens up at Rutland each year. What else is there? I'm trying to think. A few other things. But anyway, it's really nice to be on the ground, sort of interacting with people who are all on a mission to make a difference. And no one does this. I think I can quite truthfully say this. It's very rare to find somebody who is trying to make an impact for the sake of recognition. Like, you can't have an ego in this space because you're just going to fall flat on your face. And that happens anyway. So good luck with an ego. So having this award ceremony was really, really cool. A few people that we knew there. Anna came up, which was nice. She came up from Germany. She's working in Germany now. And so her coming up and having that time in London. Then it was my brother's graduations. Massive congratulations to both of them for graduating. As I think they both got firsts. It's kind of cool, isn't it? Yay, fan moment. And then yeah, just some family time, which was really cool. I actually felt like I had a day off, because whilst going on these expeditions is always very fun, it's very intense because I am in filmmaker mode. Guys, it is actually raining. Listen, Sky, can we talk about this situation, please? Okay, let's just give it a moment. Okay, I gave it a moment. I think we have to retreat. If I lose my laptop, then my job is going on pause for a while. Excuse me whilst I just wander inside. Brew the tea. Tea or coffee? Answer that. Right. We're going for a walk. Maybe I can just sit up there and get away with it. Or we just sit here. Stupid, isn't it? I make films about nature and now I'm running away from nature. Well, you get to see the garden. Okay, we're going to sit on the steps because it's sort of gone away. See, it heard me. When you respect nature, nature respects you. Anyway, so where was I going with all this? Big reveal, the country I went to was Denmark. I was hiking in Denmark, and the pictures you can see or on the social media pages, they are from an island called Bornholm. I was walking around Bornholm. It's a coastal path, 120 kilometers. Took me 4 days. Absolutely flipping stunning. I don't think I've ever walked anywhere like it. I know some of you guys said on the post I put up, oh, Scotland, or it stopped raining now, or it was just the southwest coastal path. But I'm sorry, like this was a different level for me personally. Maybe just because of the element of adventure. I don't really know. It rained. Stopped raining now. Sorry about the motion sickness. Nearly there. Go back, sit on my log. There we go. So yeah, that happened, and then I got back, and then it was London, and bish bash bosh done. So that is essentially the story of Wild, and I think for those of you guys who were within the Patreon community, you're going to get a lot more information quite soon in the next few months, sort of about where everything is going. But I feel like I am not outgrowing it, but I think that I'm so focused on where Wild is now or so caught up in the demands of where Wild is now. Like this is a very, very, very full-on mission and big giant ship that I'm steering here with all its components that I'm not able to step into where Wild can be. And so I'm trying to take some steps towards leaving a legacy and creating something that is much bigger than me and my little life in terms of making a difference. I'm choosing my words very carefully here. I am uploading from tomorrow. Basically, when I'm on the trail these days, I do audio diaries, almost like podcasts, but I talk to myself, which is, like I said, scrolling. And I'm going to be uploading those to the Patreon community from tomorrow, from my Bornholm Coaster adventure. So you'll be able to tune into that if you're a member. If you're not, sorry, it doesn't go anywhere else. It's completely exclusive. But I will also there, as I say, be talking about and exploring with the community some new thoughts and feelings that I've been having. But you know, running Wild is an incredible privilege. This is my job. You know, my job is to tell stories. It's to bring people together. It's to give back to nature. Shoot films. It's to be. Sometimes it's really scary. Not being funny. This is a moment that's quite scary. Like. Arguably, like in the public eye, everyone's used to seeing me with my hat. I've taken my hat off, man. Like the hat joke's unreal. And one of the values of Wild is to live wholeheartedly and courageously and not be afraid to tell our story. And I'm in the process of learning how to do that on a new level. And taking my hat off feels a bit vulnerable. You won't see any films without me with my hat unless it's freaking pouring down. Just saying, because the hat comes on the trail, full stop. It's like a... No, never mind. That's going to go bad. So anyway, that's essentially the rounded package of the short story that is Wild. And so now what I'm going to do is just stare through you because I'm going to scroll through the comments and see if there are any questions. And then we'll start to wrap this thing up because it's tea time. Would be fun to do a cycle trip, Wild cycle. Yeah, definitely. I thought about that. Oh my gosh, there's so many things to do. Is it getting hotter over in the UK? Yes, it is quite hot, but I've just been to Italy, and I think that's my problem. Is Anna's just back from Germany and Italy, and we've sort of had the heat, so we're not really feeling it. Tomorrow is due to get to, I think, 39 here, which is basically the same as it was in Italy. Don't get me wrong, I acknowledge and understand that it's not healthy here in the UK, but it's a day. We're going to be driving anyway, so It's getting hotter, yes, but please stay safe, people. Like when I was hiking on this trail in Denmark, it was really hot. I drank something like 10 liters on one day. I was like, that's a lot of water. Is this healthy? But better to be hydrated than be a prune. Is it asking because I live under a rock? Rocks are cool, as long as it's a good rock. Hi, Abby. I know this is off topic, but how has your back been since Abby Bikes Britain? Absolutely not off topic because it's me. You know what? My back is the same. It's not going anywhere. But I'm on a journey of I'm always on a journey. Never quit, man. Like chronic pain, it sucks. It sucks. Just waking up in pain, going to bed in pain, dealing with the migraines because of the pain, dealing with the nausea because of the pain. Like this is one of the reasons why my face plants happen every day. My mental health is actually like in the best place it's ever been. But dealing with pain, it's awful. But I'm dividing it up in different ways in my body. So I'm sort of defining the areas and the different pain that happens. So there's the neck and the head, which tends to be more like, never mind, there. Then there's the spine, which sort of comes down to sort of my central back. And then there's the shoulder blade sort of around that region. And when I'm really like, I think I've understood for a couple of years now that a lot of the pain is definitely linked to stress and emotional tension. And that's another reason why I'm really looking into reshaping Wild, because I'm so freaking stressed. Like we have a fun time on these live sessions, but like, oh man, the stress is real and it's not healthy. It's not okay. Like I'm trying really hard to make a difference in other people's lives, but I have to be able to look after myself first. I have to be able to show up for my relationship, for my family, for my friends, for the garden, and I can't and I don't and can't because I'm so overloaded. And so that's another reason why I'm really trying to reshuffle and find new ways to manage the pain in my body, which is very linked to emotional pain, for sure. But thank you for asking. I appreciate it. Hi, Abby. I just found you on YouTube a few weeks ago. Just did the UK 3 peaks. Nice. Inspired by you. You're changing people's lives. Well done. Stay wild. Rosa from Bath. I like Bath. Thank you very much for that comment. I really appreciate it. Just scrolling through. Is anyone else shouting at me? Hi from Taunton. Hi. Any tips for a 50+ newbie? I'm shy at showing my old yak. Well, I'm not sure what your old yak is, but I wouldn't call 50 old. Here's something I don't do very often. My mother, I'm not going to name her age, but she is, shall we say, potentially a school affiliate colleague of yours, my friend, and she's out hiking all the time. And I think really my tip is just get out, just do your thing, just find what interests you. Are you passionate about archaeology? Do you like rocks? Someone here likes rocks because they live under one. Do you like birds? Like, are you interested in mountains, or do you want flat, or do you want coast, maybe canals? Like endless options here. Find what you like and then go do it. Start simple, start small, make sure you got some food, make sure you got some water, check the weather forecast, let somebody know where you're going, and go have a nice time. Maybe get some mates, go out together, and just enjoy it, be in the moment. And that's really the best way to kickstart this whole thing. And you know what? This is primarily a hiking channel, but what just happened? I don't know what just happened. I am also a cyclist, very passionate about cycling. Just find it's really hard to film when you're cycling, FYI. But if hiking is not your thing, maybe it's not, try cycling, really low impact sport if you don't push yourself too hard. Try swimming, hiking isn't the be all and end all. There are so many other things, and experiment, but just get out, just do it. Really don't like that Nike took it because I want it. Just do it. Right, Abby, any chance when you do future hiking films, you could date them from when you actually done them? Absolutely. I've had that comment a few times. I put it in the comment, in the description section. So if you read that, you'll be able to see when I do it. But yeah. Oh, hang on, sorry. YouTube is telling me to do things. What's your favorite chia charge flavor? Oh no, chia charge. Let's just say chia charge is a what is it? It's like a cereal bar, but it's so much more than that. It's like oat. It's like a flapjack. There you go. For those of you in the UK, also weirdly, flapjack is only a UK thing, which is like a oat bar. But with chia seeds, and by far the salted, just the basic orange one with the salted salt flakes. They're obviously salty, they're not. The salt flake ones. I used to like the banana, but now I find that a very bizarre concept. My sweet tooth has definitely mellowed out in my old age now that I'm 26 years old. So yeah, cheer charge. I like cheer charge. Have you bought any new kit to help with your pain? I've just realized that this has jumped, so I'm now scrolling up as well as down. How does that work? I don't know. You would tell me. New kit. Yes, I have. I've been using the Z-Packs Arc Cool Ultra. Gosh, why do they make these names so complicated? I'll be making a video, a review of it, and I've been using that this year. I've used it for the West Highland Way, for the Bornholm, for my Mountain Leader expedition, for my Mountain Leader training. It's a lighter backpack, and I'm really, really, really enjoying it. I continue to use my back support, which is actually a deadlifting belt. That's the number one tip I give people if you're struggling with back pain. Give it a go. I haven't heard anybody where it hasn't helped. And then also, I've actually just got a new sleeping bag, which is a bit snazzy. It's a Thermarest H something. It's yellow. Oh yeah. No, do I want to tell you guys that news? No, I don't. Never mind. Hold that thought for another day. But yes, I have a yellow sleeping bag, a yellow roll mat, a yellow jumper that I sleep in, and the inner of my tent, because it's Terra Nova or Hillyberg, is yellow. And then I'm just there like, well, this looks weird in the film. Everything is yellow. We all live in a yellow submarine. Hey. Okay, next question. Would you have liked to have walked with Wainwright around the Lake District? Yeah, I would, because generally speaking, whilst I make a living out of being sociable, I'm not a very sociable person. So I think we'd get on and just grumble to each other and it would be fine. So yes, me and Wainwright, like this, bro. Actually, I think you'd find me quite annoying because I find myself quite annoying. So there we go. What's your favourite of the UK 3 peaks to climb? Oh, Liam, that's a hard question because that's basically dividing the country into Scotland, England, Wales. I like them all because I want to travel freely. Thanks. Okay, I keep losing my place. There we go, near there. Is the UK as nice as it looks? My suggestion for you, my friend, is to come and visit. There's a tractor going past because I live on a farm. Just scrolling. Sorry, as I say, this is where I stare through you. Great to bump into you. The cat bells a couple of weeks ago. It was nice to meet you guys too. Thank you for saying hello. Flapjacks and more. Flapjack appreciation. If you were reincarnated in an ice cream flavor, did you just ask me my own podcast question? I'm not actually going to answer that because I live in hope that one day someone might interview me for my podcast. Not that I have an ego, but it would be quite nice. Okay, fine. There's only one answer. Okay, fine. There's only two answers. Either hazelnut, nocciola e pistachio, per favore. Uno coppe. Yeah, hazelnut and pistachio are my two favorite ice cream flavors. Oh no, I want ice cream. Not with waffles, just ice cream. I like ice cream. Do I like ice cream or waffles more? Now there's a question. I'll let you know. I'll use this trail to ponder that deep and meaningful question. Thank you for the question. Right, scrolling. A bag of oats, mustard life. Don't know what that means, but that's great. Myrtle for the midges. What is happening? Gelato. There you go. Gelato is the answer. Who would you love to interview for your podcast? Okay, fine. Confession time. There is only one person that I like fan. Do I want to tell you this story? If Anna was here, she would steer me, but she's not here. There is only one person that I think I would be intimidated and what is the word here? Because it's not like in awe. I don't idolize people. I really don't do that. Humbled to meet, and that's Brené Brown. Brené Brown has changed my life, and I think she's awesome. I think she hasn't made some good decisions recently, but that's another conversation for another day. But I think she has so inspired me and empowered me. And I find what I find sometimes really tricky about running wild is I'm the one who's educating and hand-holding, but I don't really have that in my own life. I don't have people to help pull me forwards. It's only recently that I've made a really good mate who's actually just completely enabled me to go and crack on with my mountain leader assessment and pass it and have that under my belt after 7 years of fiddling around and not doing anything with it. No, severe anxiety is to be taken seriously. And that's it's really important, folks, to surround ourselves by people who challenge us, who can help us step up our game into a higher game, to believe big, to aim big, and to continue to grow and learn. And that's really what I'm trying to do, is build some relationships there in my life. And Brené Brown, whether she knows it or not, is one of them. Fanning out here. If you haven't read her books, I highly recommend reading her books, because even just the language it gives you is an amazing tool. So yeah, have fun, kids. See you in autumn. Do you ever, athlete, tape feet up before you walk to prevent leeters? No, I never do anything beforehand. But if I do get a blister, this year's the first blister I've had or first set of blisters I've had in 4 flipping years. But walking in boots that are too small doesn't tend to help. Sorry, Tony, it's your fault. No, what? Yeah, so I got some blisters on the West London Way, which will be in the film. Have fun looking at that gruesome information. But no, I don't. I just treat things when they need treating. Also, when I was in Bornholm, I stopped because I was like, great, I've got a hot spot forming on the base of my foot. So I had to look, and then I'm like, poke, can't do anything about that, too deep, because it's like in that bit where you've got your toes, like here, and it was like, no. But then I had to look at my heel, and there's this whopping great tree stuck in it. I'm like, well, what are you doing there? Like growing palm oil because you're rebelling against me? But no, it was a massive splinter. And I squeezed it out. And it was large, and I measured it, and you see, we have this like white part on our flesh. No, this part of the thumb. I measured it, and it was that long. That flipping long. There's a tree in my foot. I pulled it out, and it didn't even hurt, and I was confused. But anyway, that happened. Right, onwards. Mustard is yellow. Oh, mustard is life. Mustard life. Yellow mustard life. Confused. Belgian waffles or stroop waffles? I don't know what a stroop waffle is, because I'm uneducated in the waffle world. I just like to eat them. But there's the rectangular ones that you can toast. Don't give me those, please. Thank you. It's the sugar waffles. Thank you, Lidl's and Sainsbury's. It's the sugar waffles that I like, which are they're circular. And they're sugar waffles. I like them. Yes, I do quite a lot. Yes, sugar waffles. Cool. I need a waffle. I don't actually eat that many waffles. Like, I only eat waffles if I'm training. Like, if I go for a long ride, or if I go for a long hike or something. Like this trip, I've packed waffles, but they're not like a daily need. I don't have an issue here, please. I don't need a book being sent to me like how to overcome your waffle addiction, because, well, no more live sessions for you guys then. Best snack to eat on the trail? Did you really just ask me that question? Waffles. No. I'm actually trying something new recently. A mate of mine who sadly passed away recently, very tragically, which has been very hard to compute mentally. But he introduced me to Outdoor Provisions, and they do these really cool little nut butter sachets. I just did a story on Instagram. I'm trying to get back up, like, I am here, people. Hello. Sorry. Even though I really struggle with it, but I'm here. And I'm really excited to eat those as a good snack. I do like sort of homemade trail mix, just cashews. Cashews are life. Yeah, cashews for life. And waffles. And I like to eat different bars and waffles. And I don't know. Bread's great. Like I'm a duck. Whack. God. Am I food deprived? What is happening? These live sessions just bring out the weirdest version of myself, but it's kind of nice. Hopefully I'm making you laugh. Thumbs up if I'm making you laugh, because that'll make me happy. Right. Question. When the missus walks part way with you, is it forced? Oh, Anna. No, it's not. So I think something to clarify is, like, Anna's helped me a lot with Wild, but now with her working in Germany and sort of the evolution of life since Abbey bikes Britain, like, Wild is like my thing, my job, my thing. And she supports me with it here and there. Like, she'll drop me off somewhere or whatever, or just pop into one of these live sessions. But like Anna has her own life, and wild is my life. And it's no, when she decides to walk part way with me, or the Malaveg essentially, which was our trip that I asked permission to film and create a film of. I'll tell you one thing, it's really hard like doing wild and having a relationship, because one is work. No matter how much I enjoy it, it takes me out of the relationship, and that's another reason why we've sort of are mixing things up, and it's all a work in progress. It's very steep learning curve. That's all I can say. But yeah, it's no, it's never forced. If she wants to walk, she can walk. And then she has to walk back. Usually she has young Robert to look after, who's 13 in September. He's a big boy. Okay. I really should end this thing. I'm sorry. Well, I'm not sorry. I was late, so I'll give you a few more minutes. Have you ever walked the Everest Trail? I'm presuming that means base camp. No, I have not. Yes, I would like to. Cool. See, I can do efficiency. Do you ever read walking books or old guys which inspire you to do the same walks? No, I don't. I used to read a lot, and I love reading. I'm a big reader, actually. But I've stopped reading in the last few months, namely because, like I said, I'm stressed out and I don't have the capacity. I just have no concentration at all. So I sit in front of a book that I'm really excited to read, that I've bought, because books are like a treat for me. It's like, oh, cool, I've chosen this book. And then I sit there and it's like, this is not happening, which is a bit sad, but it is what it is right now. And life is a whirlwind. So I'm just acknowledging it. But I enjoy audiobooks, and particularly when I'm on planes and things, or trains or whatever in the car. Audiobooks are good. Thank you to my family for getting me that for my birthday. And I've just downloaded a new book, which I'm going to start listening to. It's Solo by Jenny Tuff, who's a Canadian English explorer. I'm quite intrigued because I feel like I would like to start to connect with people for the podcast, maybe. Do you read the... Thank you for calling it red. My red scarf on the Dartmoor Way. Anna's like, that's pink. I'm like, it's red, it's pink, it's red, it's pink, it's red. And then people think it's pink, but it's red. Yes, I still wear it, but not in this weather. Have I still got enough battery? I feel like I'm running out of battery. Yes, I do. Woo! What's your thought when things are too much? What do you use to earth you? Now that's a nice question, isn't it? I read it weirdly, apologies. Audiobooks actually a really good thing, but quite frankly, every day I hit overload, every day I hit stress, every day I have a meltdown, every day I'm in too much pain. That's why I go for cycles. That's why I went for one just now. I've just been packing for this trip, which is going to be a bit scary, and also all the other things that need doing yesterday, and oh geez, so I went for a cycle, and cycling really helps me. And you know what, I am a person of faith, and I dig into that in my own special way, and 100% I like to say, if you cut me open, I would bleed out gratitude, because gratitude is my grounding force for everything. It's very easy to complain in life, it's very easy to want more, it's very easy to think things can be better, but by living a life of gratitude, or seeing the world through a lens of gratitude, is completely transformational, and I'd really recommend it to everybody. And the main thing I can say as well is gratitude has to be cultivated, has to be looked after. It's that's my little dog. Bob, come say hi. Come say hi. Come here. Come here then. So, actually, Mum is going to give me my din-dins, so why would I come to you? I've had a haircut. I'm embarrassed by my haircut because I look like an anteater. So he's not coming. That's what he sounds like. Anyway, gratitude. Grateful for my dog looking like an anteater, and Anna cutting his hair because I suck at it. Good to see lots of thumbs up. Cool. Could we see you with your sunglasses on? Listen, people, I don't wear the sunglasses when I'm doing a piece to camera as much as possible, because eye contact is important for human-to-human relationships. If I'm talking to you like this, I could be like, oh man, this chair is sick, I'm so pumped, it's so gnarly, and actually be like, whoa, and you wouldn't even know. You can see the emotion in my eyes by seeing my eyes. If you can only see this, you see your own eyes. And who wants to see their own eyes? I mean, what even colour are my eyes? I don't know. Apparently they changed. It's a bit weird, but there we go. Andrew, you're late. It's fine. Welcome. Are you considering writing a book? Oh my gosh, I would love to write a book. I'm a very passionate writer. I love writing, just like I want to do more speaking. When am I going to write though? That's the question. And what am I going to write about? I think Abbey Bikes Britain, this is my current conflict, is a very, very, very good story to write about. Personal opinion, obviously. No, it's about me. No, but the things that were learned, the people we interacted, the stories that we heard, but also so much personal stuff happened in that trip that I don't know that it can be shared. Certainly not to an honest degree. And I'm a very honest person. I'd rather share things honestly than not share things at all. I don't do this whole half-truth mask thing. So I don't know, but there's no harm in writing it. But then I've already written it because I have a diary. Maybe I should just publish my diary. No, don't do that. That would be bad. Please don't let me do that. That's a big mistake. Luckily, I don't drink. That's not going to happen as a drunk mistake. Anyway, are you looking forward to upcoming Lord of the Rings series? Didn't know there would one, but here's a surprise for you guys. Do I want to say this? I don't know, but I'm going to do it because I don't tell half-truths. So Anna loves Sex in the City, which is absolutely not my cup of tea, but apparently it is now because we've been watching this whole And Just Like That series on YouTube, and maybe I've gotten into it a little bit. So that's what we're doing when I sign off, just saying, because we're actually together, which is kind of nice. I think, yeah, she hasn't been home for like 2 months. Now she's going away again when I go away tomorrow. Oh man, we don't see each other much anymore. Let's just put it that way. She's there and I'm here, and summer's a busy season. So coming back to Lord of the Rings, why did I share that? Why did I share that? These live sessions are so. Sometimes I'm like, maybe I shouldn't do these live sessions. Actually, I'll tell you guys a really good series that Anna got me into as well. We finished completely. Is Grace and Frankie. I don't know if you guys have seen that on Netflix, but that is funny. It's good. It's very good. I enjoyed Grace and Frankie. And what else have we enjoyed watching at some point? I haven't even managed to get Anna to watch The Hobbit. Like, we don't watch my kind of stuff, but it's fine. I just drink the tea. Please do a video on map reading and navigation. Don't worry, peace on earth is coming your way. That's just that way. Apologies. What's your favorite, most memorable hike? Every hike has its most memorable moment, and they really do make up who I am. I hope I can take them to wherever we go after this life because I have very good memories. About what you said on gratitude. Good words. Thank you, my friend. Thank you. Will you be walking in the hot weather tomorrow? No, I will be driving, but I might go for a cycle. Cool. I think. Yes, Andrew. Thank you. I'm not alone. Have you come around to the joys of Drag Race yet? No, I have not, and I will not. Everyone who likes what's it called? RuPaul's Drag Race. Good for you guys. Enjoy. Not my cup of tea. It's too loud. It's too colourful in terms of the neon light situations. I just want to watch The Hobbit, please. Just watch The Hobbit. No, actually, I don't even want to watch The Hobbit because I know the story. What do I want to watch? I like watching travel things. I like reading. I just want to get back to reading, actually. Can I just get back to me and my book and little Robert snoring away next to me? Cool. What about a pilgrimage in the UK, Abbey by bike? Well, I feel like I kind of did that, and every journey is a pilgrimage. We always see you glasses on your head hat. I don't remember ever actually seeing you wearing them. You're welcome, my friend, anytime that it's sunny, because it doesn't work when it's not sunny. I crash into things. Have you done the Cape Wrath Trail? No, I have not. And will I be doing it? Yes, I will. Mainly because everybody wants me to do it. And I actually, the thing is, you're going to see when this West Highland Way one comes out from earlier this year. Sorry, I'm playing with this. It's very fun. It's melted. That I stepped into that trail because I genuinely believe that was the last hike I was ever going to do. Like, that is how severe the pain is. Bearing in mind, I live for travel and expedition and storytelling. But it was 6 days. Was it 6 days? 5 days. And it wasn't enough to really suss out. Like, even if you're like vomiting from pain, you can push through 5 days. And that's why like the Cape Wrath sort of appeals, because actually maybe I could do a personal journey because it's a bit longer than that. And so, yeah, we'll see. Which is the best lease to wipe your bum? Unfortunately, I have a very quick answer. I quite like hazel. It's soft and fluffy. Have I ever done that? Oh, look over there. All right, guys, I think that's a wrap because this is only going to go down a route that involves cacao. Thank you so much for tuning into this random session, but this was just meant to be a bit fun, a bit of a celebration of reaching 50k. As I say, I am shooting a video on that. I'd also like to say that the videos that come out always very far in the past because I still have films from 2020 to edit. And yeah, let's just say if I didn't go out and shoot anything for a year, I'd be absolutely fine. I have more than a year's worth of content there to edit and share with you guys. Like 2021 highlights reel. I love doing highlights reel. That's something important for me personally. And I think just again, as an inspirational like shebang. And it's 2022, like we're almost over 2022. I'm like, well, I'm still gonna do it. So I'll get there. When I get there, I'll get there. It's fine. Better late than never. Plus, we do what they want in this creative world. Don't let anybody restrict you into a box. So, just because we're in 2022 doesn't mean we can't celebrate 2021. On that, sphagnum moss is also nice. Yes, my friend. Thank you, Charles. All right, guys. Well, thank you for celebrating with me. I've really enjoyed your company. Thank you for your interactions on the side. It's been so nice to spend this evening with you guys. As I say, I'm going to be hitting up the trail day after tomorrow for the next big trip. If you guys would like to support Wired and get involved in our community, it is an evolving space. I will just say that. But please, please, please do consider joining my Patreon community for as little as £3 a month. You're basically helping to support me making these videos, run these live sessions, go out and do talks where I can offer it for free. For example, I've just actually started doing a partnership with a very big charity in the UK, and that's all going to be for free, supporting young people, getting them outside into nature. Also looking to do some stuff for the whole LGBTQIA plus community, mouthful, for different ethnic minority groups, and I'm buzzing about it. I'm really buzzing about it. I think it's just time for us all to pull together, man. Let's stop talking and start doing. On that note, waffles. Cool, guys. Loads of love to you. Sorry Anna didn't pop in. I can see she's on the phone. But I will drag her in next time. There'll be more of these, and again, I'm looking to pick them back up through my community. I've sort of dropped the ball recently because it has been pure survival mode. I'm not going to lie. So thank you for your patience if there are unmet expectations at the moment. But I'm digging in deep. I'm holding on, and I'm not going to let anything crush me because I'm on a mission. And yeah, you know, life's not easy, but we're going to keep going. So you guys inspire me. Look after yourselves. Time to feed the dog. Are you on the phone? Are you on the phone? Come and say hi. Oh, she has food on the hub. Anna's going to come and say hi. I'll just stay here and play some hold music. What do they always play on the doctors? I'm so weird. Please don't label me. Labels are bad. We're a friend, not food. Great. Why did I do this? See? Think without talking. No, talking without thinking. Oh my gosh. It's fine. I should get to drink my tea. It's quite nice. Well, I was saying goodbye and I was missing you already, but seems like, we're going the same way, which is nice. So there's that awkward moment where, you say bye to your friend that you just met in the supermarket, then you go in the same way and it's like, oh, funny. I'm going that way too. She is coming. I think because she's a bit sweaty from her cycle, I think, because it's quite sunny in the UK at the moment. Yep. Oh, guys, don't leave me, please. Wait, don't go. I miss you. My phone's running out of battery. Great. It's classic. You always end up waiting for your girlfriend, don't you? Sorry, did I say that on live YouTube? Oops. Still here. Thank you, Heather. I love you, Heather. Bobby, can you come and entertain? Rob? No. He's just saying no. She looks at me like no. Is there a song about waiting? What's a waiting song? Wait for me, I'm coming home. Yeah, I'm coming home now. What else is there? Maybe we just have to go back to the Yellow Submarine. That's a good song, right? Yes. I don't know how I feel about being in a submarine, actually. Would you go in a submarine? I like that you guys are not leaving. I can appreciate all of you guys who are just hanging in. Why are we waiting? We're waiting for Anna. Why? Oh, that's a song. Oh. Get your ukulele out. Well, listen, mate. That's for no. It's out of tune, actually. When you whistled. Oh man, one of our patrons has a Bernese Mountain Dog, and they are, sorry Robert, but absolutely one of my favorite breeds of all time, and I always dreamed of having a Bernese Mountain Dog, and it's so cute because we've been following her growing up, and I'm just like every time like, oh my gosh, I'm melting. It's very nice. Favorite mountain you've ever climbed? Thank you for keeping me on track. You're employed. Great, I don't have an answer to that. You're unemployed. Okay, fine. Kilimanjaro. That wasn't flipping incredible experience that I would repeat in a heartbeat, and will repeat in a heartbeat, because I didn't actually shoot a film for myself on that one. So yeah. They're coming. I was like, she did get changed. Look at that. That's efficiency, isn't it? Huh? Did you get changed?
Well, put something decent on, because
I'm
step in front of the camera half naked, am I?
No, please don't do that. Anna's here. Do you want to sit on the stool?
It's all right. I can sit on the bench.
She can sit on the bench. Well, I was just saying goodbye, and then I saw you, and so we can say goodbye.
Yeah, I was wondering whether you were still here or not.
Me?
Well, yeah, as in like online.
Oh.
Hi.
The little family together forever, or for a change.
The shaven Robert.
Oh, Robert.
sorry,
Yeah, he had a haircut, and he's all wiggly. And
hey, do you want to go and have a wee? Go on then.
well, welcome to our life.
Got scared of a branch.
Hello.
Hello.
How have you been?
Good. Business call, cooking, all the things that need to be done on a Sunday evening.
That's my girl. How was your cycle?
It was good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah, I went over there and then over there and then on the way back down the main road. I'm
Great.
back.
Do you know what I shared with our fans today? Can't believe I just said that.
I don't know.
I shared about a new series that we've been watching.
Oh,
yes.
And just like that, we found a new series to watch.
We did. I said about watching Sex in the City, and Andrew Tugwell and me high-fived.
Yay! I do love converting people. Hi everybody. I see all the hi Anna.
Yeah, but seriously, man, like these people, it's just they go high when you're here, like literally. They're just like, oh, it's this one talking about waffles again, and then you come and it's like, yeah.
And I talk about other food.
What else would you recommend people watch this summer?
What have I just recently watched? Oh, I'm so bad.
It's that good she remembered it.
I don't ever remember anything because I watch it and then I forget it. I enjoyed Russian Doll. And there was one that was last year, I think, though. What have I watched? I was just saying to Abbie in the car earlier that that I feel like I've not had any time to just sit and watch anything.
Yeah.
We've just whizzed through something though.
I'll tell you what we did start before you went away and I went away and we went away and we weren't here together, was the Great British Pottery Throwdown.
Oh yeah, that was good fun.
Because we did some pottery, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
What is my dog doing?
Oh, I've chucked the leftover cookies down there, so he clearly has now found them.
He's so special.
If I had my phone, I would have my list because I do think there were a couple of things.
We watched that Hustle in Italy. I quite like that. That was a good film. Hustle, yeah. Because I'm running.
It's things have changed quite a bit. I used to like a lot of crime stuff, but Abbie doesn't watch that, so I don't really watch it anymore either. Yeah, there was this other thing that I wanted to watch that you don't want to watch. Because it's a crime. Is it another season of The Tunnel?
Are you asking me or telling me?
I'm asking you.
Yes.
Sometimes your memory is better than mine.
I don't know if you mentioned that to me actually.
Yeah,
You've
where
mentioned
the-
a few crimes that you want to watch.
The tunnel was really good. I really enjoyed that. There is a body lying right in the middle between France and the
I'm out.
UK in the tunnel. So that was really, really interesting. And
Oh, absolutely interesting. The first word that comes to mind when I see a body lying in a tunnel.
well,
Oh, interesting.
no. I'm very intrigued by watching Midsummer Night's Murder, like the
Isn't that a really old film?
no, it's based on on Wallander, on Henning Mankell's crime novels.
Oh, okay.
You've just been to the crime scenes, Bornholm, up there. You
See,
know,
this is why
remember that's what Fleming and I talked about.
I don't remember, because I think I tune out of any of these things because I don't want my mind to be impacted. And then I'm walking along like, oh, that's where someone died.
Oh, Bell. Do you plan to climb the Matterhorn?
I'd do the Matterhorn, yeah.
You could do that in summer. Just saying.
Yeah, that's a pretty big climb. Like
Yeah.
winter climb. Steep, high climb.
Into the Wild. I've watched that as well, right?
No, you haven't.
Oh,
that's
no,
one
I've watched Wild.
Yeah, you've watched Wild. Into the Wild we've talked about watching. And we're just going to make you go off the rails, so holding back. She's going to run away and burn all the money.
Really?
You might.
I'm not going to burn your money. I can burn my money any day.
See what I mean, people?
Fire
Me and Brian have fallen out with you.
Who?
Brian.
Brian? Into the Wild. Best true film I've
His
seen.
name is Brian.
Yeah, so?
Oh, God, this is terrible.
Are you falling out with him?
Yeah, that's what I said.
Well, I've not watched the film yet. I'm not burning my money yet. I'm still cooking on electric.
Okay, great. Mousy?
Mousy? Oh, I saw a mouse a couple of weeks ago. I was at.
It is a mousey. Did you see it?
No,
It
where
ran
is
along the edge. There's a mouse in the garden. Yeah, it ran along the edge. There,
Oh.
Smith, there. Did you see it?
Oh,
Wait,
yeah.
look by the green. There, look by the green thing, really. Look
Oh,
by-
no.
Stay looking
The
at the green.
mouse.
Stay at the edge, yeah? Stay. Oh, no, he's going around the back. Okay, bear with, guys. There's a mouse. We love you, but my...
Oh, there
Did you
it is
see
by the strawberry. Mousy! Oh, it's so little.
It's a mousey.
I'm sorry.
No, don't be.
I
think it's a shrew, actually. It's quite a long snout.
Oh,
Oh, he's so cute. She's gone.
now I'm making.
Why don't you tell them what you did to your car?
No.
Oh my
I
gosh,
just
he's
want-
in the thing. He's in the pot.
Really?
Yeah, he's just gone in the yellow bucket. Definitely.
Oh, now you can
Sorry, guys.
watch me watch a mouse. Oh.
You keep watching. Maybe we have to wrap this thing up because we need to find the mouse. Okay, well, thank you for coming to say hi.
Oh yeah. I you just don't overwhelm me when I see it. When I think of mousies, there's nothing working in here. It's just mousy. So first, I wanted to say that a couple of weeks ago, I was at a very good friend's place, and I just had a quick look behind the house in the fields, and I heard a mousey, and then the mousey was there in the ground, and I looked at it, and it looked at me, and for a good minute we were just looking into each other's eyes. It was a very, very good moment.
Okay.
And then also I was coming back by car again a couple of weeks ago from Germany, and booking the ferry. In the booking papers it said, oh, what's your car's nickname? And my car is called Dackel because when I bought it, because of Abbey, I've come to terms with having to name my vehicles as well.
Could name everything.
And I found a little silver Dackel in in like a second-hand shop in Italy, and it's now sitting on my dashboard. and I was given car stickers, duckers. So now Dachshunds, sorry. So now on my driver's side, I have a black and a purple duckle looking at each other, and when the door opens, one of them goes away, and then they look at each other as if they
That wasn't the mouse. That was the bird. That's the goldfinch.
don't eat the mouse.
The goldfinch won't eat the mouse.
Well, you never know.
See, he's having a little sing song.
Yeah. So now I have the duckle, and I even call my car Duckle when I have to officially give it a nickname. Why do you have to give a car a nickname?
Why not, man? Life's for living.
No, I mean like when you book a ferry or book a train.
Oh, I don't know. That's weird.
Like, what's your car's nickname? Well, my car's name is Duckle.
Dackle. We got Dackle, Phoenix, and Flint.
Or is it Carrot?
No, they don't know about it yet.
Is the carrot called Phoenix?
Yes. All right. Now we can wrap this show up.
Okay. Sorry, I definitely only added
Cuteness.
senseless entertainment, but that's okay.
Oh, honestly, if you'd seen the beginning of this, you have improved it significantly. Well, guys, thank you first of all to Anna for her appearance.
And to Abbey for your even longer appearance.
I'm younger than you.
Yeah, you can hold. You have more stamina.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you for coming
Should
to say
I
hi.
go now?
No, we're just leaving.
Okay.
This is why I'm not a producer. No, guys, it's been really good. As I was saying before I dragged Anna into this, thank you for coming to hang out this evening. I haven't done one of these for a long time, so it's been super, super nice to hang out with you. Sometimes these things are best left with a good chunk of time between them, because it just makes it like even more special coming back, you know. So hopefully see you for the next one in a not too long amount of time. Bring all the waffles you can get. Now you know the type that you want.
Bring the mousies too.
And
I
the
like
mousies.
the mousies.
Yeah, we're all gonna have a tea party. And look after yourself. Enjoy your summertime adventures, and we'll see you soon. Stay wild, people.
Take care. Stay wild.
Bye.
Bye.